Hello, good morning. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome to the next part of video, that is manual testing, test cases, okay, and the test deliverables of all the manual testing. Okay, so this time I've taken one e-commerce site, that is eBay. For this eBay site, we have prepared SRS document, test plan document, test scenarios, test cases, test data, test log, bug report, and the test summary report. Okay, I'll just we prepared all these documents. I'll just walk through all these documents for you. Okay, so I'll just walk through all these documents so that you get a brief idea about how to prepare SRS document and how to prepare the test plan document and how to write test cases and scenarios for a e-commerce site. Okay, so that is the plan now. So software requirement specification, that is nothing but SRS document, and I given a project name and I given a project ID. Okay, so you can visit us in Chennai. Actually, place is in JS Testing Academy is in Chennai, near Thurai Park. Okay, so this is nothing but a table of contents. Okay, first one is introduction, purpose, scope, definitions, acronyms, and abbreviations. So all these things are table of contents. Reference documents, the overview, overall description, the general description regarding the product, perspective, product functions, constraints, assumptions and dependencies, function requirements and specific requirements, interfaces, user interfaces, hardware interfaces, communication interfaces. Okay, then you have functional, non-functional requirement, use case diagrams we have. So all these things are the table of contents we have for this department. Okay, now let's first one is the introduction about the introduction of the eBay website and the purpose of the website. What is the purpose? The main purpose is to connect buyers and sellers and facilitating the e-commerce transaction, and for fostering the community engagement and driving the company success in the online marketplace. So e-commerce is nothing but online marketplace, making the buyer and seller connect. Okay, next one is scope. The scope of the, all right, what is the main scope of that particular EV website, and what is the different definitions, acronyms, and abbreviations. User interface, user experience, application program interface, test driven development, extract, ETL, extract, transform, load, system under test, quality assurance, quality control, data flow diagram. What are the abbreviations and definitions we use in this project that will be clearly mentioned in your SRS document. Okay, and next one is overview of the application and overall description about the right project that will be clearly mentioned, and what are the products we are going to use. All right, what are different products: online marketplace platform, user interface experience, product listing and catalog management, transaction management, seller tools, analytics, buyer protection and trust, mobile accessibility, community engagement and social features, and customer support and resolution center, and innovation and continuous improvement. So all these things are product perspective. Okay, and so what are the different products and what is the perspective? eBay websites are comprehensive online marketplace that facilitates buying and selling activities for diverse range of products across the various categories. So this is how I'm just walking through all the SRS document, how we can prepare the software requirement specification. Okay, and these are the different products and what are the different constraints. Constraints nothing but limitations, right? We have general constraints and user constraints, right? There will be a lot of limitations in the application that will be clearly mentioned here. SRS document. Okay, what are the assumptions you have? Okay, and what are the dependencies you have? Okay, so dependencies is nothing but internet connectivity needed, web hosting and infrastructure, software development frameworks, third-party APIs, payment processing, search and indexing. So these are all things which you are depending upon. Okay, some elements or components where we depend upon. Okay, so with that only we can move with our project. Okay, so those are called the dependency. And what is specific requirements? What are different functions in that particular application that is clearly identified? This is one of a technique where we can find more scenarios and test cases where we draw some state diagrams. With that we identify more scenarios and test cases. Okay, what are the different Functionalities we have payment method, product page, analytics, reviews and ratings, live auction, admin panel, shopping cart, product search, chat, data, authorization process, and inventory management. So different functions we have. Okay, and overall description. Okay, application, make purchase, make sales. Okay, buyer. Okay, and seller. Okay, what are the different functions? Login, catalog, list, offer, messages, coupons, shippings, searching price, ads, card, payment, okay, purchasing an item, placing an order, creating an account, and searching this. Okay, different functionalities we have with application. What are different user requirements, different functions? Okay, so all these things will be there in your SRS document. Okay, so SRS is a software requirement specification. Next one is from the SRS document, we put a high level plan about when we are going to start, when you are going to stop, what are the resources we needed, how what whether you are going manual, whether you are going automation, which part you are going manual, which part you are going automation. It talks about the complete schedule of your testing. Okay, what are the milestones we have? Okay, so like that, right, what we are going to test and what we are not going to test, that will be clearly mentioned in your test plan document. So I'm starting with the name and ID. Next one is table of contents, introduction, test plan and objective, project overview, scope, in scope, out scope, testing strategy, levels of testing, unit testing, functional testing, user acceptance testing, regression testing, execution strategy, entry criteria, exit criteria, validation and defect management, environment requirements, test environments, dependencies. Okay, so all these things are different, right? Table of contents. Okay, next one is introduction and purpose. Okay, so the purpose of the document. What is the general purpose, right, of the particular document? It's a e-commerce platform, connect buyers and sellers, offering diversity and choice, facilitating auctions, promoting entrepreneurship and small business, providing a secure and trustworthy platform and community engagement and feedback, and mobile accessibility. So all these things are purpose of the eBay application. So it tells about the purpose. Okay, and what testing we are going to cover and what testing we are not going to cover. That will be clearly mentioned in your right test plan, in scope and out scope. Okay, so we are going to test function, non-function, function what you test, and non-function what you test, and out scope what are things which is coming at the out scope. Next one is project assumptions. Okay, what are the assumptions we have? And next one is right test cases. What are different test cases like user registration, product search, product listing, adding to a cart, checkout process, feedback submission, account settings and update, password reset, mobile app compatibility, browser compatibility, different test cases, right? Which we have. Okay. Next one is testing strategies. Okay, and test assumptions. Okay, stable internet connectivity, support devices and browsers, valid user accounts, accurate product listings, function third party integration. Okay, what are the assumptions you have? Okay, and right, which one you are assuming upon and which one you are depending upon. Timely support and maintenance. Okay, effective communication channels, and what are different data, what are strategies, right? Which tool you are going to use, right? How you are going to prepare test data, who is going to prepare data, what are the different types of data available, like environment data, setup data, right, master data, like the different data is available, right? That will be clearly mentioned. Okay, the different data approach, data, what are the approaches we are going to use for data gathering, right? And data identification and collection, data provisioning and management, data quality assurance, data refresh and reusability. Data should be refreshed in DB. Okay, data segregation, right, segregation of data, isolation of data, data dependency management, data security is most important thing, and data reporting and documentation. What are the different levels of testing and who is going to do which, participate in which level of testing? Yeah, like different unit integration, system testing, what you do in system testing, what you do in unit testing, who is going to do? Okay, that will be clearly mentioned. Next one is right acceptance testing, regression testing, performance testing, system testing, Who is going to acceptance testing done by UAT tester, system testing done by tester, okay, regression testing done by tester. Who is going to do which type of testing? And next, if you see, the name also will give functional testing, who is going to do, right? Performance testing, who is going to do, okay, what is the department and what is the role. User acceptance testing, what is the name of the person. Regression testing, what's the name, right? What are different reviews we have, right? Test case, peer review, all right. So, right, what are different reviews? Automation, code review, okay, lot of different reviews. Who is going to do, how they are going to do, okay. Test plan document is review, test case review, test scenario is review. All this, right, how you are going to do and who is going to do, that will be clearly mentioned, okay. What are different bug review meetings, right? Triage meeting, when we have, what date we have, what the participants are going to, right, be in the meeting, everything will be clearly mentioned. Change request, if there is any change raised by the customer, what is the impact analysis and how you are going to change, who is the responsible person for the CCB. All these things will be mentioned in your change request. Defect reporting, how you are going to report a defect, what are the things you are going to add in the defect, how you are going to classify the defect, okay, and what is the entry criteria, when to start testing, right, and when to start testing, okay. When test environment is ready, test data is available, code has been merged and successfully, deployment has been completed and unit tested, and test scripts are ready, okay, and reviewed and approved by the team. Exit means when to start testing, when we can start testing. All test cases passed, right? 90% of the test case been running, no critical defects. Like that, there are some criteria where when you can start testing. Okay, validation, defect management, what are the types of severity, and when we can classify the severity, critical, high, medium, and low, that will be clearly mentioned. Like functional testing is blocked and no testing can be approved. Functionality is usable and there is no workaround, but testing can proceed. Okay, what are the environmental verification requirements? Okay, different environments, what is their needs, okay, like what is the database, what is the URL, what server you are using, okay, what environments you are using, which environment you are going to test, what are the credentials, everything will be looked. What are automation testing tools you are going to use, okay, everything will be clearly mentioned. Next one is, right, right, which, who is the business managers and who are the corresponding testers, okay, that will be clearly mentioned. Next one is dependencies, okay. So all these things will come in your test plan document, okay. Next one is test scenario. Test scenario is nothing but high level functionality. After gathering requirements, identifying requirements, then we'll prepare test scenario. Test scenario is done by mostly by lead. Senior testers will prepare the test scenario document. What is the template? Domain name, project name, test scenario ID, module name, test case ID, description, priority, and number of test cases. We gather some scenarios, okay. First one is URL, okay. Module, different modules in the test case scenario document, okay. Different modules in the scenario document. What is the test case IDs? Different test case ID. Next one is test case description, okay. Different test scenarios, right? Searching functionality with valid, invalid, valid credentials, invalid credentials, sign in with valid credentials, register with valid credentials, accessing smartphones, electronics category, search functionality. User can check for electronics availability, compare two electronics items. User can access view details and offers electronics categories. Apply price range filter. Case size for smart watches. Color filter for iPhone. Search the headsets by brand. Search the cell phones. Add the iPhone to cart. Add the Apple iPad mini. The user can successfully navigate to fashion category. Search functionality. Filter items. Fashion items by price. Okay, add a function, sunglass by aviator style, color by black color, okay. Like that, we have different scenarios for each module. So you can go through sort by price, collectible item, adding collectible item to cart, right? Search functionalities with collectibles. Like that, we have prepared different scenarios. It's almost, right, we have gathered more than 150 plus scenarios for this ABS site, okay. So you can go through slowly. Okay, if you want, you can get this document. You can ping us. I can see, and as I get the contact number, you can contact us. We can give you this document if you need. Okay, next one is test case document. Test case is nothing but the template which you have is test scenario id, module name, test case id, test case, test data, description, steps to execute, expected result, actual result, status and fail won't be in the test case, it will be in the test log. Okay, so till design phase you will do this document. Okay, in execution phase you prepare test log. Okay, first is test scenario id, test case, test data, description of the test case to verify the accessibility and functionality of valid within the URL in the system, to locate the URL in the web browser. Okay, the user should be navigated to home page. So we have run different test cases like valid input, valid credentials, right? Sign in with valid credentials, register with invalid credentials, smartphones and accessories, navigate to electronics category, searching for a specific electronic item, checking availability of an electronics. Okay, comparing two electronics items, checking electronics deals and offers, price range filter, case size, by color, shop by brand, shop by cable length, add to cart, add to watch list, sort from lowest to highest, navigating fashion category, searching for a specific fashion item, filtering fashion items by brand, sorting fashions item by price, viewing item details, adding. So we have gathered lot of scenarios and test cases for this eBay site. Okay, checking fashion deals and offers using the fashion outlet. Okay, watching a fashion. So we have added a data, we have added a test case description and the steps to go to that particular watch list. Okay, and the expected result of that. Okay, so we have gathered all things. So almost right, we have gathered over more than 200 plus 200, 150 to 200 test cases we have written. So as I told you, you can, if you want, you can buy this document. All right, we can enhance this document also, make more detailed and presentable. We can do it. Okay, as I told you, test case and test log both is similar. Test log will have actual result and status. Okay, it will have actual result and status. This will write in the test execution phase. The template is same, only the actual result status is updated in the test log. This happens in our execution phase. Okay, next one is test data. For each test case, what is the data you give? So that is called as this test data sheet. What is the data, what is the input you are giving for each test case? That will be clearly mentioned. Template is serial number, test case id, data. Okay, test data. Okay, next one is RTM. RTM is for tracing the requirements at any given point of time. How many requirements is there, how many modules is there, how many test scenarios we wrote. Okay, and how many test cases we wrote for those scenarios, and what is the status, pass and fail. So it track the status of the particular project, and how many requirements, how many test cases, how many scenarios, everything will be clearly mentioned in your RTM document. We can see the project status with the help of this RTM document. Okay, so RTM means requirement traceability practice. Next one is bug report. We have identified three bugs and we reported this. Okay, the template for that is serial number, bug ID, bug description, steps to reproduce, severity, priority, screenshot, test data, reproducible, reported date, reported by. First is serial number, then the bug ID, then the description of the bug. So in eBay application, we use a navigation center of excellence in the eBay application, the navigating to a electronics category. Okay, expected navigate should not be present in the center list. Navigate is present in the center list. Where which environment, system test. What is the browser? This one. We are given the steps to execute also. How you found the bug, what is the severity, what is the priority, what is the screenshot, whether we entered any data or not, whether this bug can be reproduced, yes or no, reported date, reported by. Like that we are given three bugs, three to four bugs. And the screenshot adding is very important, and severity classification is very important. Severity is done by testers. Maybe priority is done by product manager level people, owner people. Okay, in agile methodology. Okay, so this will be clearly mentioned in your bug report. Okay, next one is test summary report. Test summary report is done at the closure phase, where you circulate one report to the entire team stating the status of your testing, how many test cases passed and how many failed, what you tested, what you didn't tested, whether any defect deferred or not. Okay, right, what are the items you tested, okay, what type of testings you used, okay, and how much passed, failed, what are lessons you learned, recommendation, best practices, everything you'll have in a summary report. It talks about the report what you did during your final phase of your testing. Okay, first is purpose, application overview, testing scope, metrics, type of testing performed, test environmental tools, lessons learned, recommendations, best practices, exit criteria. Okay, so purpose, application overview, what type of testing you tested and what type of testing you didn't test, that will be clearly mentioned. Okay, next one is items not tested and metrics, number of test cases planned, number of test cases executed, number of test cases passed, and number of test cases failed, and with the diagram, okay, pictorial diagram, all right, you can present to the team, and number of defects identified and how much is closed, right, right, that can be critical, major, medium, cosmetic, and how much is identified and how much is closed, that will be clearly mentioned. Okay, next one is defect severity. Okay, that will be major, medium, cosmetic. For each module, what are the severity, right, medium and low bugs identified, and how many bugs identified, that will be clearly mentioned in your test summary report. Okay, next one is, right, okay, type of testing performed and what are the type of testing performed, what you didn't do, that will be clearly mentioned. Okay, what is environment used, okay, that will be clearly mentioned, what server, what database, what application url tested, okay, which environment, everything will be clearly mentioned in your summary report. What are lessons you learned during your testing, how you reported, what issues you faced, what are the problems you happened, how you did good things, right, that will be made. What are the best practices you followed during a testing that can be followed next release or next sprint or next project. Okay, what are recommendations you give to the team. Okay, so exit criteria and sign off. Okay, and definitions, acronyms, and abbreviations. So this is the, right. These are the deliverables we prepared for this e-based site. Right, already we posted for banking domain and healthcare. This is e-commerce site we took, and right, we wrote for all the 5 deliverables. Hope this one is useful to right, you people. We are going to post lot of videos in the coming days or months. Okay, thank you. We'll meet you soon again. Bye.